It was supposed to be just another ordinary day. A temporary shift she agreed to cover without any expectations. Standing behind the hotel reception desk, she focused on doing her job well, greeting guests with a polite smile despite her nervousness. She had no idea that this routine moment would quietly become the turning point of her life. When the mysterious guest walked in, nothing about him immediately stood out. He was calm, well-mannered, and dressed simply, far from the flashy image people often associate with power or wealth. As she checked him in, she treated him like any other guest, unaware that his presence carried a significance far beyond that. Brief interaction. Their conversation was short but meaningful. He noticed her sincerity, her patience with difficult customers, and the way she handled pressure with quiet confidence. She, in turn, sensed something different about him, an aura of depth and intelligence that couldn't be explained by appearances alone. What she didn't know was that this man was a powerful millionaire, someone used to being judged by status and privilege. For once, he wasn't being treated differently because of his wealth, but because of who he was as a person. That simple, genuine interaction left a lasting impression on him. In that moment, two worlds briefly crossed paths, neither fully aware of how deeply their lives were about to intertwine. What began as an unexpected encounter behind a hotel desk would soon unfold into a story of trust, opportunity, and destiny, proving that sometimes the most life-changing moments arrive disguised as ordinary days. As to her, he was just another guest passing through the hotel, polite, reserved, and easy to assist. She greeted him with the same warmth she offered everyone, answering his questions patiently and helping him settle in without expecting anything in return. Her kindness was simple and unforced, not influenced by status or appearance. What she didn't realize was that this man was a self-made millionaire, someone who had built his success from the ground up and learned to read people far better than they realized from the very beginning. He noticed the small things. He observed how she stayed calm under pressure, how she remained respectful even when faced with rude customers, and how she handled her responsibilities with quiet pride. Unlike many others, she didn't try to impress him or seek special favor. She worked hard, focused on doing her job well, and treated him with genuine human decency. That honesty stood out to him more than luxury ever could. Accustomed to being treated differently once his wealth was revealed, he found something refreshing in her sincerity. Behind his modest appearance, he was carefully observing her character, recognizing values he rarely saw: integrity, humility, and strength. Each interaction confirmed what he already felt. Her work ethic and grace were real, not an act. What she believed was a routine act of kindness was, for him, a rare reminder of authenticity. In remaining unaware of his wealth, she showed him something priceless: that true respect comes from the heart, not from knowing someone's worth. And that realization would soon lead him to make a decision that would change both of their lives forever. What started as a simple, ordinary shift behind the hotel reception desk quickly turned into a moment that neither of them would ever forget. She went about her duties as usual, checking in guests, answering calls, and managing the flow of the lobby, never imagining that one particular check-in would spark a connection capable of changing her life. The mysterious guest she assisted wasn't just any traveler. He was a self-made millionaire who had quietly been observing her every move, noticing qualities that money could never buy. Their interaction was brief yet meaningful. A polite smile, a kind word, a patient response to a minor query. These small gestures spoke volumes about her character. To him, she represented authenticity, kindness, and a work ethic rarely found in a world often clouded by appearances and pretense. To her, he was a courteous guest, leaving no hint that he held the kind of wealth and influence that could open doors to unimaginable opportunities. What neither realized at the time was that this ordinary encounter would become the foundation of an extraordinary bond. Through shared conversations, subtle gestures of respect, and mutual understanding, a connection began to form, one that went beyond wealth, status, or superficial attraction. It was rooted in admiration, trust, and the recognition of genuine character. By the end of her shift, her life had quietly shifted along a new path. That single day behind the reception desk proved that destiny often arrives unexpectedly, disguised as routine moments that seem insignificant at first. What seemed like a regular workday turned into the beginning of a transformative journey, one that would bring new opportunities, challenges, and experiences she had never imagined. In that fleeting interaction, she unknowingly stepped into a story of hope, fortune, and life-changing possibilities, all because she chose to treat someone with simple, unassuming kindness.